Humanity is on its verge of destruction nowadays. We hardly see a deed of kindness and humane. A boy lost his farm due to family issues and all farmers gathered at auction to help the boy to get his farm back. Watch the video.
The silence of the farmers gave David his land back. Home is surely the most comfortable place in the world. No matter how much worried, tired, and exhausted you are, it can relieve you in seconds faster than any pain reliever in the world. There was a time when the people used to live in the villages and they proudly called it as their family home. However, with the passage of time, urbanization crossed the limits and the people began to establish in the cities. I have seen a few people who do not even want to get associated with their villages, their family home nowadays, but trust me, this community is very little. It is a general trend that the family property is passed from one generation to the next and the cycle goes on. This is what we call the inherited property. Not only homes are a part of it, but all the other property, including farms and even animals, are passed to the next generation. David was also supposed to get his inherited farm as his family has worked on that farm for a very long time, growing different fruits and vegetables for the people. But one of David's relatives sold out his family farm without taking the consent of the other members. Everyone was so upset about it, as it was a huge land of almost 80 acres, and his father had lost the hope completely. However, David was still hopeful about this land. Few years after, David found that the land was being sold in an auction, so he talked to his father about it, and they gathered all what they had to buy that land again. Soon, both of them realized that the money they had is not enough to buy the land. But once again, the host cracked, and this time David was disappointed too. When the other farmers came to know about David's land, all of them did something very unusual. When David and his father proposed their bid and the host began the counting, no one else in the crowd put forward a better option despite the fact that there were the richest farmers present. The actual reason behind the silence was not the lack of money, but the humanity. They all knew David's love for that land and they helped him get that back. David said, I've had two profoundly humbling days in my life. The first was the day my son was born. The second was that unforgettable day at the auction house. Share this humane tale if you loved it like me.
Share this with your friends and family. It really needs to be shared to let others inspire to be humane and act softly for others. And also help me to spread my word wide, and also hit the subscribe button and then push that bell button to receive my next video right in your inbox.